Day 68, becoming Christopher Cruz. I went to bed at 5 a.m. I had a coaching call at 3 a.m. That was fucking rough. Whew. And I woke up at like 11, and I was like, oh, I'm still fucking tired. Oh, but I got to get up and do something, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, fuck that. I need to sleep. So I went back to sleep, and I woke up at 1. I feel like I haven't woken up at 1 in a long time. And for me, like, when I wake up in the morning, it has an effect on my view of myself and my day. Typically, the later I wake up, the more my mind will be like, oh, your day's fucked. Your day's fucked. So waking up at 1 is like, oh. But I was just sitting here and I was thinking, like, you know, I teach everyone what would my lion do? That's like the ultimate question. What would my lion do? What would the most badass version of myself do? So I sat here and I was like, what would Christopher Cruz do today? If he woke up at 1, what would he do? And I was like, he would just go make shit happen. He'd get out of the fucking hotel room and he would go to Starbucks and get some coffee and come back and sit down in the lobby and just make shit happen. And I was just like, hell yeah, that feels good. And that's such an important question to ask. Like, what would my lion do? What would my greatest self do? Whatever you want to call it. You know, and it's crazy because I'm actually listening to a song right now. I was meditating. This song. The first time I ever heard this song was when I was working for one of my coaches in Thailand. He was like the Tony Robbins of Thailand, and he did this weekend getaway at this like villa on the beach in Thailand. And one of the people there, she was asking me about following my heart. And she was like, how do you follow your heart? And until then, I couldn't really explain it. It was like, you just feel it. And she was like, what do you do if you don't feel it? And I was like, fuck, that's a good question. And so she asked me that. And the answer I came up with is just ask yourself, like, what would the greatest version of myself do? What would the best me do? And that really worked for her. And then it hit me like, boing, ding. Bing, what the fuck? Like, light bulb went off, whatever the hell sound that is. And that's when I came up with the question, like, what would my greatest self do? And then after that, you know, I ended up creating the Badass Blueprint, the whole lion and sheep thing. And then it became, what would my lion do? WWLD, like WWJD, but cooler. And so, yeah, what would my lion do? That's like, I don't know if there's a more important question you can ever ask yourself other than who am I? But that's like some deep spiritual shit. But in like normal life, what would my lion do is such a powerful question because you're literally putting yourself into the shoes of your greatest self, the most badass version of you, the true you, and asking, what would that person do? And you usually get a pretty awesome answer. And so it's like today I have 2 options. I could be the lame version of me, or I could be the badass version of me. The lame version of me would be like, oh, today's already over. It's Sunday. I'm on vacation. Blah, blah, blah. I'll just lay in bed and watch TV and relax and whatever. But my greatest self, Christopher Cruz, is like, no, fuck that. You are out here to do something amazing. So get your energy in the right place. Get outside. It's beautiful out. Go fucking make shit happen. And so that's what I'm going to do. I don't even think I'm going to shower because I just showered like at 5 a.m. So the only thing that's fucked up is my hair. But who cares? You don't have to have good hair to fucking get work done. So I already feel good just from making that one little choice. Such a powerful tool. Powerful question. And I keep like looking at my logo. Let's see. Come on. And I see that and I just get freaking motivated and inspired. Like, that thing is so badass. That's how I gotta be. The fucking Lion King.